virtually is the host of the Rubin Report, Dave Rubin. Dave, are you there?
I am. It's good to see you, Dr. Phil.
Hey, how are you doing? How's the night going for you so far?
Well, we're about 3 hours into our coverage, and look, there's been no surprises yet. I think things are trending in the direction that I'd like to see them go, that I think probably most of your viewers want them to go in. But, you know, everyone's worried about the same stuff, which is, does this thing get delayed? Are we going to go late into the night and then suddenly into tomorrow and into next week and everything else? But I will also say that I'm really enthused about where I sense people are watching the news right now. They are tuning out of corporate press in droves. They're watching you, they're watching me, they're watching plenty of other people online. And it's not to say we're all perfect at all of this, and there's a learning curve with some of it. But I think part of what has been so wrong with everything in America over the last couple of years is that the news media has gone so completely out of control, and I think we're seeing a little bit of a course correction tonight.
Well, I certainly hope so, and I can say this to all my viewers: if I wasn't here doing this right now, I'd be watching you on the Rubin Report.
Well, I appreciate that.
I highly recommend it.
You'd be on my show.
I know, which I was. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, it was just yesterday. So, and we had a great conversation. Any surprises you've seen tonight?
Nothing has shocked me too much. I mean, one thing, you know, Dr. Phil, I'm here in the free state of Florida. I fled from California during COVID, and I moved 2 businesses and multiple employees. I brought about 20 people here, and I'm not shocked that Florida went red, obviously, but Miami-Dade, where I am, which really was the blue center of what has become a very red state, has now become redder than red. I mean, there in effect is no Democrat Party here anymore. And that's not to say that that's the healthiest thing for a system. I mean, I think the healthiest thing for a system is that you have 2 somewhat moderate parties that disagree mostly on the size of government, and then there's a healthy tension between them. What we have in Florida is we've now decimated the Democrat Party because of good governance, largely because of Ron DeSantis during COVID and then subsequently everything that's happened. And then because of the migration into the state, where we've taken in about a million people in 3 years, which is an extraordinary number. People are not doing what they used to do, which is, you know, these people would flee California and then vote for the wrong things in, say, Colorado or Montana. Here, people are coming from, you know, they're coming from Cali, they're coming from New York, and they're voting the right way. And that's why we have a thriving economy in Florida. We're building homes at unbelievable rates. Our infrastructure projects are fast and efficient. And so that's not surprising to me, but to see something that consistently works, it's always nice to see, if not surprising.
Well, it certainly is. And regardless of who wins, what do you think will be the most pressing issues facing America immediately after the election, once the results come in? What do you think are the most pressing issues that Americans are going to have to deal with?
Well, I would say the immediate pressing issue is that we're going to, regardless of who wins, I obviously want Donald Trump to win, but regardless of who wins, and I really do hope we get the result tonight one way or another, because I don't think it's good for the country or any of our psychological or spiritual health if it goes anything beyond tonight. But I think the first thing is that we're going to have to, I'm not a big fan of just saying, you know, these platitudes like, oh, we need unity. I don't think you necessarily need unity with everyone, but we do sort of need most of us to believe in the system and that the rules work and they're equally applicable and everything else. So I would hope that virtually everybody will believe that the results were legit, and then we can kind of go on from there. I would say, putting that aside, putting the immediacy of the election aside, the most important thing at the moment is we have to return to meritocracy in this country. I think that that is what Trump sort of caught on to almost by mistake in a weird way. We have to just get back to a place where your race and skin color and your gender and your sex and all of the immutable stuff that none of us really want to be judged on, that stuff should not matter. And unfortunately, the Democrats went deep with identity politics. It took over many of our institutions. It has completely wholly infected the Democrat Party. And until we get over that, until we decide, hey, you will get a job because you're the most qualified, you will get this opportunity because you work the hardest and not because of some other nonsensical attribute. Until we get over that, nothing will work. We will build worse things across the board, whether it's literally building worse airplanes or a worse military, or it's that our doctors will be less qualified, and quite literally our janitors will be less qualified, and that's not good for anybody.
Well, you know, I couldn't have said it better myself, and as you know, that's why we named Merit Street Media Merit, because it's all about hard work, added value, and talent, and I think that's what we have to focus on, and I really hope that's what people vote for when they make the votes that they do, and you said it really well, and listen, I look forward to talking to you again soon. I hope we have a new president tonight, as you do, and things go the way of supporting the kind of meritocracy that made this country what it is today. So maybe we can talk and celebrate that very soon. So I thank you for coming on, and I'm going to tell you that we're getting ready to call Texas right now, where I'm sitting right now in Dallas-Fort Worth. So you can add this one to your list as we part right here, because we're getting ready to let Lindsay call Texas. Dave, I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Dr. Phil.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Great to see Dave Rubin on our air. And Merit TV is projecting Texas's 40 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Texas goes to Donald Trump, and it's a 40 electoral votes. And we're also projecting